Hey guys, it is I, Blue Rig Productions, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I think a lot of people are kind of a part of in a sort of way in the Lego community, and something that I think people really look over and let it go over their head as to how profitable it can actually be. And by watching this video, and you've probably seen the title, that is Lego investing. And what I mean by that is not investing in the company, but investing in the actual Lego itself. And in this video, I'm going to discuss and talk about if it is actually profitable and if you can make a living off of it, and what are the best ways to invest in Lego. So this is basically going to be like a Lego investing little summary and letting you guys know if it's worth it at all, if how much money you can expect to make, and what are the best methods of investing. Lego and investing is something that, I mean, a lot of people do, but a lot of people, as I said earlier, also let it go over their head because they think it's just plastic. So how much value can it really have? But to an actual Lego collector, it can have a lot of value. Soon I'll bring out some items that I'll show you that have gone up in value, that will go up in value, and that could go up in value based off of previous trends. So what we know with investing in Lego is that if a Lego set or minifigure in specific is going to go up in value is for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if they haven't, like, let's say, for example, Thrawn. I mean, he was already a pretty expensive minifigure, but because of his appearance in the upcoming Ahsoka TV show, I think his price has gone up a little bit, even though it was already quite expensive. But when there's some sort of media that has a character in it, and they haven't released that minifigure for quite a long time, or they haven't or won't make a set with that minifigure based off the show, usually people will want it, especially if it's like a key character in the show or it's a character people find cool, then people will most likely want it, so there will be a demand for it. But since Lego, I mean, if the set is retired and Lego aren't making it anymore, then that minifigure or set is going to go up in value, just like the Thrawn minifigure. There are a lot of examples of this, and the Thrawn is just one. But I think another one was a Rancor. For example, the one from the Rancor Pit, released in 2013, I believe. That one was already like around 50 US dollars, maybe around there, maybe 60. But after the Book of Boba Fett, and when there was a Rancor that appeared, after that episode, that minifigure skyrocketed in value, and if it was in good condition, it would be worth at least 120 US dollars, which is almost double what it originally was worth, just because a Rancor was featured in the Book of Boba Fett TV show. So if you know, or if you have any leaks of a minifigure, or I mean a character that is going to be in an upcoming TV show, and that minifigure is relatively cheap and people like that character, I would suggest investing in it because it will go up in value. So things like this. Now I'll go on to the next part in saying, is it actually worth it investing in it? And it depends. It depends. If you're trying to make a living off of it, off of investing or reselling Lego, it's going to be extremely hard, because to invest in Lego, it does take a bit of patience, and you will not see results immediately, because when investing in Lego, you can always find like used sets and then clean them up for quite cheap and then resell them for high, but that is not a guarantee, and it is not a very stable income, because you don't know what's going to come. Like, you don't know what's going to pop up on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. You don't know what the deals are, so you can never really guess or predict if you're going to make good money off of reselling it. A more safe option, which could potentially, it won't make a living, but it could potentially bring you quite a lot of money, and a lot of people do hate this, but it is reality, is scalping. And if you don't know what that means, it's basically, they use it in everything, in like shoes, movie tickets, concert tickets, whatever, and in this case Lego, is when there's a new set that's releasing, in this case for Lego, a new set that's releasing, and then a certain person or company or whatever, if they're like a big organization, then they will buy a lot of those sets and then either like for cheap or wait until it's retired, wait like a little bit of time until it goes up in value, and then resell it, which is a good idea. But the issue with that is that you do have to wait quite a while, because let's say you find a couple of the sets on sale, you buy, let's say 5 of them, for example, an ATTE that recently released, I can see that going up in value just because of the Commander Cody. And also it's quite a nice ATTE, and looking on the previous one, it did go up in value quite a bit. So if you do buy a couple of those, you're gonna have to wait until it retires and then give it a couple of years to actually increase in value, unless it releases in a piece of media. But again, you cannot know if that's gonna happen. So it's not a gamble, because there, if you're involved in the Lego community, you can kind of tell if that certain set is gonna go up in value based off of if people like it or not, if there's a highly desired minifigure in there or not, things like that. Like if you take, for example, the new Yoda Starfighter that's gonna release, you can probably guess it's not gonna go up in value because no one really cares about it. It's a fine set. I mean, it looks accurate, but no one really asks for it. No one really cares about it. The minifigures are quite dull. It's just Yoda and R2-D2. And based off of the previous one they released, it really didn't go up in value at all. I'm not sure. I mean, it definitely did not. So that's one you can probably guess. I mean, it's not going to go up in value a lot. So you're probably going to want to stay away from that for investing. But another one that might go up in value is the ATTE. I just talked about it. It's a really nice set. It has Commander Cody. It does have the helmet holes for the troopers, but I think the main focus is Commander Cody for a lot of people. I really see that going up in value. So that's one you might want to invest in. And again, this is something that you're probably going to make maybe double the money that you put in. Like this set's $140 US. Let's say you get it on sale for 120 or 110, because I've been seeing that a lot on Amazon. Then let's say you get 5 of those, and then you resell them, you'll make maybe double what you put in. So let's say you spend around 100, you spend like around 500, maybe 550, depending on the sale you got, and then you resell it for double, because usually that's what you can resell it for, unless it's like quite rare, but it's just a regular set, the ATTE. Then you resell it for double, and you'll get roughly between 1,000, 1,100, somewhere around there. So you can make some good money, especially as like a side gig, but it really isn't the most reliable like job, or like it's not very steady income, because again, you'll get paid but not enough to sustain yourself. Okay, so here we have 3 clone troopers, and the reason I brought them out is to show you how the investing can work. Basically, this Phase 2 Captain Rex has gone up in value an insane amount, and I think that's mainly this is an example of demand. People love Captain Rex. He's one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars, but it's also, I mean, you can probably tell by my logo, but it's also because it's one of the most iconic clones in all of Clone Wars. So when people see Captain Rex, and this version has only been released once in 2013, where there was quite a few people buying it, but now it's really picked up with the investing and all that. It has gone up in value a lot. It was originally, I think, released in a $25 set. Now it's worth between $120, $200, depends on your condition. So yeah, that's an example of something that has gone up in value a lot. Phase 2 Cody, I see something similar happening, because this is already like around a $30 figure, and this set is still for sale. So this is one that has already gone up in value a bit and will continue to go up in value just because of how coveted this figure is. People have been asking it forever in the Lego community. We finally have it, and it actually looks pretty good. I mean, no real complaints on it. I mean, everything looks fine. And the next one is this, I forget, the purple one from Mace Windu's Legion. And the reason this is going to go up in value, and I'm telling this now, I'm saying it not might, but it will, is, okay, I can't predict that, but again, it's a gamble. But this is because this is a very unique clone trooper. We're probably never going to see it again. And something like this has happened quite often, especially between 2013 and 2014, when we got a lot of clone troopers like the ones that we probably aren't going to see again, like the Coruscant Guard, the Phase 2 Wolfpack Trooper, and those unique clones from specific legions that aren't very common in LEGO sets, and we probably aren't going to see them for a very long time, if not ever, especially this one, mainly because I'm pretty sure it's from Legends. So this is one that I really do see going up in value, especially since it was the last clone without helmet holes, so people might appreciate it a bit more. So yeah, we have one that has already gone up in value, one that will go up in value because it already it kind of already has, like it's starting to, and this one will based off of previous trends. So I want to move on to my next point as to how to invest and how to tell what to invest in. A simple thing is, if you're involved in LEGO or the community, you can probably find YouTube pages or like Reddit pages or anything like that and see what people like and what people dislike in the LEGO community. For example, one example was a Mandalorian Starfighter with Gar Saxon. People loved that set. It was overall, like, it had great reviews, and it did go up in value. It almost doubled within, like, I think a couple of weeks of it being retired. So you can kind of tell, because it can be a gamble at some point, but if you know your way around the LEGO community, you can also predict, sort of. It's not a 100% guarantee, but you can kind of tell, like, for example, the Commander Cody, it's quite obvious that it's going to go up in value, especially the ATTE, as I said earlier, because it's a nice set and it has a Phase 2 Commander Cody, just as the Phase 2 Commander or Captain Rex went up in value. So there are a lot of things you can kind of tell in the investing little community here, or whatever it's called, I'm not really sure. And you can kind of gain knowledge and see what's going to go up in value and what's not. And then based off of that, choose to either invest in it or not. And all this, again, don't make it like something you're going to live off of, because it's something like you can probably make money off of, definitely, but not enough for a living. So yeah, that was my little talk, a little rant on investing and if it's good, which it is. Like, it's also kind of fun investing in Lego, but again, it takes patience. Eventually, the amount of money you make isn't going to be enough to make a living, unless you do it at an extremely large scale. But that, again, that takes a lot of money, so you're probably going to have a lot of money first. And second of all, lastly, the way to tell if something's going to go up in value is just see if generally people like the set, if it has any desirable minifigures, and I guess the point where something's going to appear in a TV show, either get that minifigure or set really quickly or not, because there's always a chance that they're just going to re-release it for that specific TV show, such as the Ghost from Rebels. It's going to be re-released for the Ahsoka show. Anyway, I did hope you enjoyed. If you want more videos like this about investing or something, just let me know, and I'll be sure to do some. And yeah, again, if you did enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And see you in the next one. Bye.